Hello, everyone, and welcome to this video on Pro Wrestling Inside and Out. We're going to start this video and talk about Sergeant Slaughter. Sergeant Slaughter had to be one of he knew what he was doing in this ring. If you didn't see a match of Sergeant Slaughter, if you're watching this video and you said, "Well, I never watched a Sergeant Slaughter video," do yourself a favor and watch them. He was tremendous. The bumps he would take, the psychology that he had was tremendous. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but did not Sergeant Slaughter start his career out? He was almost like a hippie.
Yes.
I mean,
Robert Remus, I think. I think he went by his real name doing that.
I think he did too. But there is a photograph that we have somewhere. If you're watching this and you're watching this on YouTube, we have a Facebook page, by the way, Pro Wrestling Inside and Out Facebook page, and also if you're watching the other way, we have a YouTube channel. But there is a photograph of Sergeant Slaughter, and everybody thought, they said, "Wait a minute now, I thought Sergeant Slaughter was really a person that was in the military." I don't think Sergeant Slaughter ever was in the military.
No, he was not.
I think him and Manny Fernandez, neither one was in. I think Manny Fernandez said he was in Vietnam, but I don't believe he ever was in Vietnam.
No, he was not.
But I think he did tell this whole story, and he would even, from what I'm told, Manny Fernandez would even tell the story when he was in the dressing room playing cards with each other. Oh,
yeah,
that's just shrapnel from Vietnam. Crazy stuff. That's just crazy. But anyway, I've went down a path where you're talking about Sergeant Slaughter.
I'm looking at some of the stuff. One of his ring names was Matt Burns.
Yeah. He was Super Destroyer Mark III, was it?
Yes, and I do believe he was the executioner in Georgia. He was Georgia Tag Team Champions and partners with Pac Song.
He was a tremendous wrestler, but probably the best when he became Sergeant Slaughter. No one could do that as good as Sergeant Slaughter. Now, there was another guy that came by a little bit further, so the DI that did a good job as well as in that gimmick, but Sergeant Slaughter was so good at that, and at first a bad guy, and had some great matches. We reviewed, and Rodney, I can't remember, was that a WrestleMania we reviewed with Sergeant Slaughter? Was that just a match that we reviewed where he took that bump over the top rope and he hit his, he had a huge chin anyway, and he hit his chin on that?
I think it was just a match at Madison Square Garden.
Just a Madison. Or was it what? Or was it the when Hulk Hogan won the WWF title? That was.
It might have been. Yeah, that's the one that. Yeah.
If you don't, there's on YouTube. Look it up. Hulk Hogan wins the World Heavyweight title. The whole card is there. Sergeant Slaughter, and I cannot remember who he was wrestling him. Maybe Ivan Putski. Tremendous match, and it shows how good Sergeant Slaughter was. But then he turns and goes against the Iron Sheik. Jack, this was tremendous stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great stuff. And as a matter of fact, I was able to see him when he was in the Carolinas, which to me was some of the best matches he was ever in. Him and Don Kernodle as the tag champions there. Man, those matches were unreal, how great they were.
He just had this way about him, and the thing about it is, then he becomes one of the what's the cartoon that he became the voice? One of the
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm. Which caused a lot of grief between him and Vince McMahon,
because Vince wanted a cut of it,
and I don't know that he deserved a cut of it.
No,
he didn't. He didn't develop the character.
No, he was Sergeant Slaughter before he ever came to Vince. So
he had no claim to that. It's like him claiming the name. He didn't. He wouldn't have no claim.
And I met him at the height of his when he was doing the cartoon show and all of that. Would come to the ring with the G.I. Joe logo on his tights, and you talking about the nice guy.
Yeah, he didn't take himself seriously, and one of the I thought he did a tremendous job when he turned and he became the Iraqi
Sympathizer.
person. I thought he did a great job at
Yeah.
that personality.
I read where Vince actually had to provide security for his home because he was
Wow.
threatened so much and his family.
But he did it so well.
Yep.
So believable in what, because the way he did it was so, they took time to get there. That Americans was weak. I mean, the way they did this was tremendous, and he slowly turned in to that character, and I thought it was tremendous. And burning the flag, and then going against Hulk Hogan.
He burned Hulk Hogan's shirt.
That's right. That's
Yep.
what he burned.
Yeah.
And
even doing that, it still got. Yeah, the USA did not like it. They did not like even the burning the shirt. They did not like.
But it was well done. When you go back and watch it today, I did not particularly care for it when it was done. But when you go back and watch it now, and you watch the progression and the building to that, just tremendous. This is tremendous stuff. Let me go through some people. They talk about Dan Lang said Sergeant Slaughter versus Pat Patterson in a street fight at Madison Square Garden was awesome. Yes, that is a classic match. If you've not seen that match, go watch that match. Richard Hood said the same thing. Sergeant Slaughter, Pat Patterson was a great match at Madison Square Garden. Aaron Gartland said, I remember watching a boot camp match between Sergeant Slaughter and the Iron Sheik back when the WWF would air on Saturday morning on the U.S. at the same time Cartoons was on the other networks.
Yep.
Which was very smart, by the way. For those people who did not want to watch cartoons, they could watch wrestling. Because back then, Saturday morning was all cartoon. It started out with the Bullwinkle, and so it went from there. I never liked Bullwinkle, by the way.
All the way, and it ended with Fat Albert and American Bandstand.
Johnny Quest was in there. I love Johnny Quest.
And then you remember the Kraft. What was they called? The Kraft Review. You remember those guys?
Yeah,
by the way, this is supposed to be a wrestling thing, but we're
right.
reminiscing about.
Getting back to what Jack was talking about with the Slaughter in Mid Atlantic, he was setting the pace. I mean, he was outshining everybody, even Roddy Piper, and everybody was talking about him. They were copying a lot of the stuff he was doing. He was doing this kind of pick the guy up in a suplex and drop him over the top rope, and people were copying left and right. He was just setting a standard at that time.
He definitely was a workhorse, and he knew what he was doing. Then when they made him a agent, I mean, who wasn't going to listen to what Sergeant Slaughter had to say? Because he was one of the best. And Aaron said, then I remember seeing the Sergeant Slaughter, one great professional wrestler. And is Sergeant Slaughter still with us, or did he pass away?
Oh, he's still with us.
He's still with us. So Sergeant Slaughter, love to talk to him. That would be a great interview to talk to Sergeant Slaughter. If you enjoyed this video, give us the big thumbs up. Subscribe to the page and go one step further. Hit that notification bell, and then share the page. Share this video with your family and friends. Until the next video, thank you so much, and we'll see you again right here on Pro Wrestling Inside Now.